Welcome, everybody, to this week's edition of Valpo Athletics Weekly, presented by our friends at Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute. Brandon Vickery with you. Glad to be joined by the head coach of the Valpo tennis program, Bob Modesto, as we talk some tennis today. Always a pleasure. And Bob, I want to start with your outstanding number one singles player, Moira Silva. She has been one of the best players in the Missouri Valley Conference so far over the course of the season. What has stood out to you about the way she's played this year?
Moira has always been a great player, has always been an integral part of our team. And this year, we sat down and we talked about the goal about being the Missouri Valley, vying for the Missouri Valley Conference Player of the Year. And she stepped up. One of the things I've always preached is that everybody practices for 2 hours, but the greats go above and beyond. And Moira has done that. Actually, on Friday, she did an individual before practiced, and then came back in the afternoon and did another individual. That's the recipe for success. That gets her excited. It gets me excited. And I know that we are going to be able to compete for that honor.
Starts with Moira at the top of the lineup, but let's talk about the rest of your group as well in terms of Jolene, Lillian, Bryn, Lacey. What can you say about each one of them?
They're phenomenal. What happened with the injury that happened to Naomi and making, whenever you have an injury at the top of your lineup, either at the 1 or 2 spot, and everybody has to move up, essentially you're playing out of position. But each of those players have said, hey, we're going to take on the challenge. No one has come to me and said, gosh, I don't feel confident. I don't know if I can do it. All of them have said, hey, we're up to the task. We're going to do this. We're not playing out of position because we're going to do it. We feel like we're playing where we should be playing. And that's a great motivator for not only the team, for me, for Olivia, for the whole coaching staff. So it really makes a difference, and it gets us excited. And so we're pushing forward and working hard.
Yeah, you mentioned that key injury. Just how difficult was it to see Naomi go down, and what has that challenge been like to battle through for your program?
Yeah, this has certainly been the toughest year of my tenure. We've always kept a roster of about seven, and I like that number. With a roster of seven, everybody plays. One year we had a roster of eight, and essentially you have a player who is a spectator, and they end up by leaving the program because they don't have an opportunity to play. With seven, all seven players have an opportunity to play. They're either playing singles or doubles, and it's just a great number to have. Unfortunately, this year we had Sydney did not return after break. We're down to 6, and then with the injury to Naomi, we're down to 5. It just makes it a challenge, and it makes it tough. But again, I'm proud of this group because they have just taken on the challenge and stepped up. Naomi was certainly would have been deemed, I believe, one of the top 4 players in the Valley, and that was based upon individual conference in the fall. And so we were really looking for great things for her and from her. And so that injury was just tough. It's tough on Naomi, tough on the team. And she is a terrific person. And essentially what happened, we went down to Tampa to get ready for outdoor play, and we're just having a great week, some good practice, and then great matches. And then when we incurred the injury, it's tough. It's a setback, but we're athletes, and everybody steps up, and we keep going.
This year you'll have the opportunity to host the conference tournament. I know you're trying to battle through that injury and make that tournament field, but what will it be like to have a chance to host the tournament this spring?
We hosted the individual conference a few years ago, and it's just great to have everybody come to Valpo and to be able to showcase what we have. I believe we have some of the best facilities in the Valley. I am really happy with our outdoor courts and how they appear and look, and so it's nice to welcome other teams from the Valley to Valpo. We have indoor courts set aside ready to play as well. So either way, we're looking to host a great conference championship.
We recently announced 4 additions for next season. What can you tell me about the players that are set to join the program starting this fall?
First and foremost, all four players, their names start with A. So we're looking for an A type of season. So we have Anna Barron from Crown Point. It's always great to have a local player come to Valpo, and we're excited about that. Uh, Currently, all of our players are from out of the area. Bryn from Kansas, and Jolene from Canada, Moira from Texas, Lillian from Southern California. It's and Lacey from Florida. So it's nice to have someone local. Anna Barron from Crown Point is going to be a nice welcome addition. In addition to Anna, we have Ava from Illinois and Alexandra Popa from Illinois. And so, again, our neighboring state, 2 players. So it's nice to have some local players really appreciate and understand how great Valpo is. And then finally, we have Abby Kelly, who is Lillian Kelly's sister from California. So we looked to have some nice additions. We're still continuing to look to fill one more spot. So, I had mentioned that in the past we'd had 7 players on the roster. Next year, we're set to have 9, at least 10. So we're down to 5 with injury and with the player not returning. We're not looking for that to happen again in the future. So we're looking to really build that roster.
It's a pleasure, Bob. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you, Brandon. It's always great. It's a great day when I get a chance to speak with Brandon Vickery.
There he is, the head coach of the Valpo tennis program, Bob Modesto. The team will continue the season. A couple road matches coming up this week. You can follow along for all things Valpo tennis on valpoathletics.com. Talk to you again next time on Valpo Athletics Weekly, presented by Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute.